Hey guys, welcome back again to Dave's Dimension. Welcome back again to Tuesday Night Talks. Of course, I am Dave of Dave's Dimension, this channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme, and of course, your home for tech toys and talk. And this week we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, the man who says collecting should be easy always. Easy collecting. Colin, it's
What's
been a
going on?
while.
It has. It has.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Tuesday Night Talks.
I've been
We
laying low
just
lately.
You've been laying low.
Yeah.
Well, I won't say what she said, but so let's take a look at a few things. Collecting has been changing a lot lately. What does collecting look like to you right now?
Well, I don't know. I still collect the same stuff, but I'm a lot stricter. I don't buy everything anymore. The completionist in me is pretty much gone.
So you're nitpicking. I think a lot of us are. I know I am, but that's more out of necessity. It's like, would I like to go hog wild and just go crazy on everything? Yes.
Yeah.
As of late, I'm not really seeing a whole lot that's like, yes, you have to get this. I
Oh, I
mean,
I, I agree 100%. I mean,
I'm the only exception might be the vampires that DC Multiverse has been releasing.
yeah, those have
I
been
love the
pretty good.
vampires. I love that anything zombie or undead.
Oh
This
yeah.
is Captain Marvel. I like this one. I like the blood and the claws, but I like some of the vampire Batman and Superman ones. Those are great. But it's like there's very few things that I'm not going hog wild on McFarlane. I've kind of like aside from the vampire ones, I haven't been buying McFarlane.
Oh
Me
yeah.
me
Neither have I.
me and Toddy kind of has separation, you know.
I think a lot of people
Separation
have.
last fall, so regardless of things, but but
I'm
let's go ahead.
I'm also at. I've been also at that point where I want just like my last best version of like that character. I don't want 10 Shredders or 10 Spider-Man. I just want one good one to put on my collection and be good. Like
Okay,
I just
you're mentioning TMNT, so I have to ask Tatsu, have you seen him and how has he been lately?
oh yeah, I got them right away.
Oh, you son of
I
man!
got yeah, I found one for my buddy too. It
I
was
have
funny because we
yet.
went we were at Kane County and I found one there and I bought it because I couldn't go past them. It was a little more expensive. I normally don't do that, but I
I
was like,
have yet to
I'm
see
not
him
gonna
in
see him
person.
for a while. We leave Kane County and we go to a Walmart like 2 minutes down the road. Boom, find
Mhm.
one.
I have yet to see him in person. I
Really?
haven't seen him on the racks, shelves anywhere. Either either it's either it's the eBay stranglers. It's either that or they're just not hitting my area yet, and
I
that
haven't
could be a possibility.
I haven't seen him since that first like that first few weeks, but I saw him quite a bit that first few weeks.
Now, Colin, I don't want you to judge me. Um, I was trying to clear out a lot of stuff I had, and I actually had I didn't have the whole set, but I had half of the set of the Samurai Turtles, and I sold.
That's all
I
right.
mean, I was just like you said, cherry picking. I love
Yeah.
those, and I couldn't find the other two, the other pair, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take it to a local shop, and I traded it in for a few things, for some store credits, and it's just like I was trying to clear out a lot of stuff. I still have a lot of stuff I need to clear out, but it's like,
That's crazy. I see those all the time by me.
but see, the ones I would find are the ones I already had. Like they
Yeah.
keep having, was it Donatello and Mikey? Is it or is
Donatello and Raph.
Donatello and Raph?
Or
That's all I
yeah, yeah.
see. That's
Yep.
all I see at Wally World is like Donnie and Raph, or I keep seeing the 2-pack of the foot from Part One, which
Right.
is still hilarious. That we keep seeing those, but we're not seeing the other ones.
I know.
And I'm still mad that I got the Kino set, the Kino figure with the motor scooter, but his arm broke as soon as I got him out of the
Oh,
day.
that's right.
I hated that. But you know, I did pick up something NECA recently.
And that sucks when you buy a Comic Con. Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I still need
so
that one.
I've
I'm
seen a
mad.
few.
I'm mad that I passed on the one that came with his autograph, the Comic Con exclusive one.
Ooh, I
Yeah,
think Archer got that one,
yes,
if I
Archer did
remember
get that.
correctly.
He did. I think that was when the Samurai Turtle pack hit though, and I was already spending money on that. I was like trying to cut stuff out.
No, I didn't, because
Oh yeah,
yeah, he says you didn't reach out to NECA about Kino. No, I had a lot of stuff going on, and by the time it was just like too late. So, because I mean, usually they want to know what the number was on the box and the receipts. I'd already tossed everything away, so it's like, see, he says yes, he did get it.
yep, he did.
Now,
I love that card that it comes with his autograph on it. That thing is awesome.
now, did he sign it? You know, Peter Weller, or did he sign it Doctor Weller? Like I hear he does. Like I hear at the cons, he wants people to refer to him as Doctor because he does have his doctorate, Doctor Peter Weller. It's like, sit your ass down. I mean, you might be a doctor, but what have you done? Was it Leviathan, or was it Deep Star 6? No, I think he was in Leviathan. He Buckaroo. I mean,
Yeah.
he only
Oh, I
did like
love
a
that
handful
movie.
of movies.
I just watched that recently. I love that movie. You
I
don't
love
ever hear anybody talk about it either.
I love when he knocks that the was it Meg Foster, because like they escape and they're like on that one ship or oil rig, and he just knocks her out. I just
Yep.
friggin' love that. I mean, like, let's face it. Like, how many Peter Weller movies can you remember? I remember Leviathan, right? Obviously, RoboCop 1 and 2, right?
Yeah.
Buckaroo Banzai, and was it Star Trek Into Darkness?
It's
Other
crazy
than that,
though.
what
He's
other
in.
movies can you
It's
recall
crazy
him
though.
being in?
He's in so many, but yeah, I can't.
You
I
know,
can't name any.
I mean, that's the thing. Those are like those are the ones you can recall. Like about what, 5 movies?
Right.
But yet he demands to be called Doctor Peter Weller. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm more inclined to call Ernie Hudson Doctor Hudson. Well, I got much more respect for him than a lot of other actors. But now that we
Jeez.
talk about that, let's pull up Peter Weller on IMDb. I'm tempted. Let's see, what other movies have we not noticed him in. Oh, okay. What about he's voiced in Batman: Return of the Dark Knight, Part 1 and Part 2. It was an animated adaptation of the Frank Miller novels, where he voiced Batman, an old Batman. Okay, let's take a look at his IMDb. Peter Weller. Okay, come on. Let's see here. Okay, known for. Okay. Oh, well, he's been. Let's see. Oh, he was on Sons and Anarchy, Call of Duty, Infinite Warfare. He did Family Guy, The Quest for Stuff. So he's done like games and stuff. Where he voiced RoboCop. Big surprise there. Hawaii
Right.
Five O, the back in 2013. Dark Knight 1 and 2, like I said. The Dark Knight Returns. He was on Franklin and Bash for like one episode of House. So he's done a lot of TV. He's been doing TV. He did an adaptation of the Poseidon Adventure back in 2005. He actually played a recurring bad guy on Star Trek Enterprise, a TV show. Odyssey 5, which was like a sci-fi show in 2000 to 2003. Dark Prince, this true story of Dracula. So I mean, he's done like movies, but like nothing that stands out. Sands of Time in 2000. Um, yeah, he really Screamers in 1995. Like he's done like the smaller budget stuff, like the B movies. Nothing terribly overly amazing. Other than like RoboCop, he's done stuff like Shakedown, uh, Leviathan, which was 1989, of course, which I believe Archer already mentioned. Uh, Buckaroo Banzai, yeah, he really hasn't done. I mean, he's done a lot of stuff, but stuff that people probably caught like late night on cable, and maybe watched a half hour for it, you know. So, and speaking
What?
of cons, don't you have a con you just went to?
Yeah, I just on Saturday. What four
Okay,
pack is Archer talking about?
I'm scanning through. Um, in a way, I want to add the 4-pack collection, but they look terrible. I saw him teasing something that was on Instagram today. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. There was a not so great looking image of a Ninja Turtle, and I
Huh.
think it was NECA. So I know NECA's been doing the 4-packs of the turtles. Maybe this is a different variant of it. Let me see if I can find it for us. Okay. Let's pull up Nerd Affiliated because I think it was on Nerd Affiliated. Um, okay, yeah. So let's go ahead and screen share this real quick.
I'm curious.
Hey. So we're going to screen share this right now. And let me add it right there. Let's go ahead and we're going to make a small.
Oh, that's those music ones.
I mean,
Yeah,
it does not. That looks kind of creepy. I mean,
that's from the like when they're on
well,
tour doing the music.
I was almost thinking, could this have been from the Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation? Remember when Haim Saban tried to do a Turtles TV show alongside Power Rangers in space?
Because they basically released this four pack already. It was
Yeah,
it was an exclusive. If you look at his feet, you can see like they're just wearing tennis shoes. You can tell it's just like a person in a costume,
yeah.
and
I mean,
they're like
it looks like
re-releasing it as a Christmas one.
it looks like. I mean, if let's remove the comment there very quickly, you can see like some black leg warmers or some crap on his freaking legs.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks terrible. I mean, it really looks terrible.
I won't go out of my way to get those. I
Yeah,
just
I
won't.
mean, I know some people love the coming out of their shells. I couldn't stand it at the time, so I was not a fan. Not a fan, not a bit, not one bit.
That's what the four pack is from, I think, isn't it?
It
Because
could be.
they already released this four pack kind of. I mean, there's probably a difference in it, but
I want to
now
say hello to Oz. We got Figure Fever also in the chat. Guys, do not forget every Saturday night on Oz's channel, there is the Clubhouse, where you'll find the most eclectic group of collectors around. They welcome anyone and everyone into the Clubhouse. And I will say this: the Clubhouse is not for the weak at heart. It is not a 1 hour stream. It's not a 2 hour stream. It's until whoever is the last person standing kind of stream. I mean, they usually start around, I'd say about maybe around 10 at night on Saturday nights, 10 Eastern. And sometimes they'll go to 3 or 4 in the morning. I mean, it's a marathon, but they will cover anything and everything. And yes, going off topic is pretty much that's the admission fee of the door. So you guys definitely want to check out Oz's channel. Check him out every Saturday night with the Clubhouse, and of course, everyone else. They have was it Mython the Python just started streaming this past Friday. So you want to check him out. I think he went live around 11:55 p.m. Eastern. So you guys definitely want to check those out. We got Blue saying, "Is this live? Is this live?" Blue has now reformatted as X Live, not live like some people have been saying, but it's live because that's he's always saying, "Is this live?" And Blue, where's my damn pizza? Uh, Mega Dan collects. Hey, you ordered that Papa Squatch pizza. It's guaranteed to be frozen.
Millennium Workshop. Who's that guy?
Archer saying, "Hey to Oz, Mega, and Blue, of course." Hey, Archer, are you going to be streaming this Thursday? I know he's in the process of relocation. He's moving.
I heard about
He's
that.
moving on up to the east side. It's a Christmas set. Okay.
Yeah, they come with like little Santa hats and stuff. I
Oh,
mean, I might get it, but I'm not gonna like go out of my way to get it. If I
yeah.
come
I mean, if you
across it,
see it and like,
yeah,
you know what? Why not? YOLO. Let's just do it.
yeah.
We got Rex and Effects, as I like to call them.
But I won't be hunting it down like I did the stump turtles.
Saying good evening, everyone. I do at some point. I would like to get my hands on the the samurai turtles again, but maybe that's gonna be down the line.
Yeah, you got to.
Rolando, Mr. Flores, I hope you're doing well. I know Rolando had some health issues a little while back. I hope things are getting better.
You might
Ultra
eventually
Cars.
be able to get those on Walmart clearance.
Not my Walmart clearance.
Well, you got to talk to me or somebody.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, hey, if you see a deal,
If I
let
see them, I'll for sure pick them up.
let a Ghostbuster know. Uh, Good to see you, Ultra Carzilla says. So Millennium Workshop. Yeah, I'm streaming Thursday. Good. So guys, there you are. You heard it from El Presidente himself, nerd affiliated. This Thursday at 8:15 p.m. Eastern ish. 8:15 ish on Eastern time zone. This Thursday, nerd affiliated, hanging with Hey Archer. You never know what he's going to talk about this week. I mean, well, there could be the lackluster, also known as PulseCon. I'm sure he'll touch base on that and a few other things. I see Beetlejuice is still performing pretty well in the box office, which is, I think that is a positive thing for movie theaters
Have
because
you
people
seen
are,
it yet?
huh? Oh yes, I saw the opening weekend actually. I enjoyed it. I did touch base on it a little bit. Um, to me, I enjoyed the hell out of it. I was not expecting it to be, you know, the shock fest that the first one was going to be. I also had the realistic expectation is Michael Keaton back as Beetlejuice, Winona Ryder, which the years have not been kind of her. Uh, it's a property from the '80s that is reactivated and is kind of not being rebooted, but is kind of like being thrown out to the masses 35 years later. Not everything is a home run. Now the one there's a couple exceptions. Obviously, I'm biased when it comes to Ghostbusters, so we won't touch base on that. However, Beverly Hills Cop Axel F was friggin' amazing to me. It hit all the right marks. It made you forget about back Beverly Hills Cop 3 and the failed attempt at a TV show of the same property. So, Beverly Hills Cop 3 to me was probably one of the biggest and best surprises of the year. One that they were even releasing the movie. It was straight to Netflix and it still performed amazingly. It recycled the soundtracks from the previous films, but they found the right spots for those 80s songs to fit perfectly. It was a great rhythm. They kind of I thought the actor who played Taggart was dead. I thought he was dead. He was alive apparently all this time.
Yeah,
Hasn't done shit, but he he was alive.
right.
But I mean, it was great. Everyone was there. I mean, technically speaking, Ronnie Cox is alive. The one who played Bogomil, their boss in 1 and 2.
Yeah,
He's still alive, but he was busy with other projects, so he didn't, sign on to do it. Plus,
that surprises me.
well, he probably looks old as hell. I mean,
Yeah, right.
Jesus.
He was
Speaking of
looking old and
RoboCop, he
old.
was in RoboCop. He's had white hair since the 80s, so
Right. Yeah.
like him and Steve Martin, it was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people are dyeing their hair that color now.
Yeah, and I guess that's a thing. Like dyeing your hair gray if you're a girl. I mean, some of them, it's a thing. But hey, you'll get your pizza when you order those ugly Ninja Turtles. Yeah, that's not happening. I guess I'm not getting my pizza. Good thing I had tacos today. Taco Tuesday. Hey,
Oh,
Millennium Rolando.
You know what I'm really excited for? Those Mondo Real Monsters.
I haven't seen pictures of those,
Oh,
but
dude, they're so good looking.
you know what Mondo's also doing
Yeah, real Ghostbusters.
Uh, and I'm like, they look good.
At least the price on the
They,
real monsters are cheaper.
well, I mean, you could do you can do like this. You don't have to like do like 2 packs. You can do, and they're a little bit more affordable. But the amount of damn detail that they threw on the real Ghostbuster figures,
I think I'm gonna go in on those.
looking at the real Ghostbusters, the versions of the figures we've had prior, not talking about Kenner. Kenner is his own category, its
Right.
own kind of nostalgia. These are the first figures that look like they're ripped from the friggin' cartoon. Okay? I mean, the Kenner figures, they didn't actually, I mean, they were like pale exceptions of what they were on screen. Let's be honest. Okay? I mean, the Venkman you get does not look like the Venkman from the cartoon. It looks like if you took the animated Mahoney from Police Academy cartoon and threw him in a Ghostbuster outfit. That's kind of what they did with the Kenner figure, right? Full disclosure, I will say that out loud. I don't care who you are, but I do want to say hello to Big Troy Collectibles. Thank you for popping through the stream. It's me, Dave's Dimension, and of course, EC Collector. We're discussing figures and toys right now. We're talking about, well, Colin pulled up the Mondo card, so now we're talking about some of the real Ghostbuster ones. I know Archer has an interest in them. I have an interest in them. Oz, if he's still hanging out in the chat, I know he has an interest in them. They look good because, I mean, from head to toe, they look like they're ripped from the friggin' cartoon. From the proton pack to the clothing to the face. I mean, even the particle stream effect looks like the real Ghostbusters because you get like that big kind of like orb at the tip of the Neutrino wand, and then you got the kind of ricocheting effect. Is it 100%? No, but damn, is it the best we've ever had? The best offering of that, and obviously, it's Mondo is not aimed at kids. It's aimed at us, the adult collectors, the ones who spent Saturday mornings either having a bowl of cereal, whether it was Captain Crunch or the hopped up sugar version of like Gremlins cereal or or Ghostbusters cereal way back when, or those of us who are eating cold pizza for breakfast on Saturday mornings while watching cartoons. This guy here, um, it brings back that nostalgia. They look so damn good, and I have to partially blame it on Dre. Dre got me into Mafex, which are about a 6.5 inch figure, but the detail, the paint apps, the quality, soft goods, and accessories, it makes it worth that $100, that $120 at times, because it's the best version of some of these figures. Like he got me in on the Reign of Superman figures. I have both Steel and I have Cyborg Superman, and they look friggin' fantastic in person. So, could I see myself spending that money for, not for the whole line, mind you? I'll probably get the 4 Ghostbusters, maybe Sam Hain. Boogeyman, I think, is a must because we've never had a Boogeyman figure. We've never truly had a fully licensed Boogeyman figure, and that's what gets me. Archer says the Samurai packs are shelf warming over here in Boston. I mean, if you see a price drop, man, you know who to call. No pun intended.
I've been scanning them every time I go, waiting for them to hit clearance.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like here we don't get them. I see people getting deals everywhere. Not here. We can't even find them. We got Dre in the chat saying, "Hey all, everyone, give some thoughts and some prayers out to Dre. He is recovering from home. He had
Sounds
a
great.
little health issue. I shouldn't say little. He had a health issue that he had to get addressed. He's getting it addressed, and right now he's in process of recovering. He went under the pizza cutter on Friday, and he's home. And he's healing. It's gonna be a few weeks before I'm sure he's 100%, but he's getting there. Rolando saying hello to everybody. Gotta catch up on chat. Jesus. Just checking in.
Rolando.
Rolando. Get those likes in. Two great brothers of mine. I'm glad you said brothers and not sisters. We would have had words. Love it. Dre of the Collector Safe Space, Ultra Carter is saying. Rolando dropping links. Breaking hearts and dropping links. There we go. He's dropping everybody's link there. You get a link. You get a link. You get a link. You get a link. Doing my impersonation of Vern from Oakhurst Studios. Just clicking on everybody's link for like half a second. There you go. Half a second. There you go. Check out Fig Fever. I got some old Transformer Energon figures today at Thrift Shop for $4.50. The figures were made around 20. Yeah, I remember when Transformers Energon was out. They had some pretty cool figures. By the way, they were loose. Hey, nothing wrong with loose. Some loosies are good. I mean, hey, sure, you might miss a few figures, but hey, like for me, that wouldn't be a problem because I could probably just 3D print some stuff and, I'll make it work. Know what I'm saying? And honestly, if you're a Transformer shopper, if you're a Transformer collector, I'd almost do that. Go for the thrifting because not for nothing, I know this is a hot take for anyone out there. I think the older figures from the 2000s are way better than half the trash they are putting out right now. I'd say everything went downhill after Titans Returns line because then we got Power of the Primes. They had some pretty good stuff, but then they started going downhill. With the Power of the Primes Optimus, where he was like Orion Pax, and then he changes in. That was the beginning of the end for me. Combiner Wars and Titan Returns were probably some of the best stuff that they had in years, and now they're kind of going downhill. I mean, if you're a Transformers fan, if you want something of high quality, you're not going to get anything that transforms. You're probably going to be going with 3.0 with their NDLX line. That's probably the way that you're going to wind up going. I'm a Transformer. At least I was a Transformers collector. I sold my entire collection to fund a different project a couple years ago, and I am happy. I'm happy and I'm sad, and I'm sad and I'm happy. But hey, you move on. You take something, you recycle it. You take some money. I mean, I did it to fund my heaviest and most indestructible proton pack. So hey. I sold 3 or 4 bookcases worth of Transformers. I had a Masterpiece Transformers. I had Trypticon. I had everything thrown in there. One Transformers Energon Inferno and Transformers Energon Rodimus Prime. Okay, nice, very cool. Fig Figure says hey to Dre. Everyone's saying hello to Dre. Awesome. Mega Dan says, sending you thoughts and prayers. Awesome, good vibes. I finally received my Jerome 092 from Jazzwares Vault, and he looks badass after giving him the black wash and gold visor. That's a Halo figure that he's been Ultra Car Zilla's been messaging me about that he's been working on. He's working on some custom looks for some Halo figures. They look pretty awesome too. Mega Dan says, I agree 100%. I think it went downhill after Transformers Red Series. The Red Series were just the figures that they look kind of like the cartoon, but they didn't transform. They were like a statue almost. It was a cheap budgeted kind of a statue that Hasbro was doing at the time. Transformers Red Series figures, yep. Coming this week in the mail from Marauders, I should have received my 4 Halo inspired assault rifles to give to my 2 loose Marines and one for my Jerome 092. So there we go. We're caught up on chat right now. So Colin, tell us about the con you went to this weekend.
We had Mighty Con in Milwaukee. Obviously, I'm from Milwaukee. Honestly,
Milwaukee Mighty Con. Try saying that 10 times fast.
It was probably the best one that I've been to in Milwaukee yet. They had, just the selection of toys was like, I don't know, last year we went, you always get your vintage and stuff there, but like most of the stuff you see is kind of like, your your Ross finds and what's on the shelves in the retail at the moment. You know, this time there was so much. Like, I mean, they had everything, and the prices were great. I mean, yeah, you got some people with some high prices, but for the most part, like you could seriously get some deals out of there. But I met up with Collecting Havoc. We had a good time.
Awesome. See that? Like, I went to Fan Expo in Canada. Man, everything was friggin' ass expensive up there.
Yeah, that's how it normally is. And this
They
time, like,
had,
we couldn't. We, I mean, I couldn't even believe it. My jaw was on the ground half the time. I was like, "Are you serious?" Like,
I've been collecting Hot Toys, 1/6 scale, right? For a figure that I got for like 200, they were selling for 450. I mean, they were cranking it up. There's the exchange rate, mind you, but there's no way you can justify that. It was a larger con. And I'm sure that plays a factor with it being a larger con. Fan Expo. I mean, there's Fan Expo, Chicago, Dallas. I mean, it's all over. Those are like the big ones. I'm sure part of it is they had to justify the space, and these booths are not small; they're big.
right?
But still, it's like, oh well, if you see this here, it looks so great. You want it. Kind of like, okay, dangling candy right in front of you. But I'm like, the only thing I wound up buying was some art, like the two pieces of art that you see on my wall back there with my Hot Toys. It was a Bill and Ted mashup with with Doctor Who. So Bill and Ted are riding the police box instead of the phone booth, and then the other one is like a multiverse of Spidey madness. Imagine if you took the Into the Spider Verse and matched it up with Wolverine and Deadpool.
That's that's pretty much what I do when I go to like cons too. Is I'm not really going there to buy
Yeah, I
toys
mean
unless
everything
I
was
see
just
something like that's
see.
I have to have. But
There
I'll
were
buy like art or like random little
there
stuff.
were
Or
there was a lot of cool stuff. The lightsaber stands were just too expensive
yeah,
because at some point I would like to do a lightsaber. However, I think it was Millennium did the video where he made a lightsaber. Like he did a custom one, but he took electronics out of another one, and that looks really awesome. But there wasn't anything that was like, I have to do this. Same thing with autographs. There were a lot of cool people there from you know was it John Rhys Davies, who was the professor from Sliders. A lot of people know him as Sala from Indiana Jones. Of course, he was in Lord of the Rings. He's been in so many great things. He was there. I was really tempted to get an autograph, but I was kind of like, my priorities were kind of stretched. I spent about maybe an hour and a half in line for an autograph for a buddy of mine. My buddy who couldn't make it, I went and we got him Josh Gad's autograph. Because my buddy, he's got a massive autograph collection when it comes to Ghostbusters related. Josh Gad was the voice of Muncher, the blue ghost that's munching on metal in Ghostbusters Afterlife. So we went and I got the autograph, you know, and I also presented him with a patch from Buffalo Ghostbusters. He's like, Jesus, how many different Ghostbuster groups are there? I'm constantly getting gifts. I'm like, there's thousands. I'm like, he says, wait a minute, did you mean hundreds? I said, no, I mean thousands. We're around the world. He's like, oh my God. So he was a great fun interaction. Like he even said, like, yeah, he had the stills of Muncher, and he was like, can you see the resemblance? I'm like, well, what am I gonna say? No. I said, yeah, sure. He's like, oh, fuck you. But he was laughing when he said it, So
right.
it was a great interaction between he and I. We got the autograph, and my wife went and got what's her name, Morena Baccarin, who is Vanessa from Deadpool, but she's been in Firefly, V series reboot. Been in so many different things. Okay, so she had a great interaction where she not only got her autograph, and she got an autograph for a friend of ours, but my wife had this like Deadpool outfit. It's kind of like you buy like the Deadpool themed stuff from like Hot Topic, but we added some extras to it. Like we got the little plush of Dogpool. and we had it like velcroed and stitched to her backpack, so it looked like it was on her shoulder the entire time. Well, apparently, she was so blown away. She was like, "Oh my god, that's so cute! You have dog food. Where'd you get it? I have to get that for my kids." So my wife explained, "Well, got it. Hot Topic." She's like, "Oh my god, this is great!" And her husband, who played Jim Gordon in the Gotham series, was also there. So she calls him over and to see the plush dog pool and see my wife in the outfit. So I mean, that's kind of cool when you go to a con and you get those like great fan interactions. Whereas sometimes you go to a con and you see those not so great fan interactions that we've all heard about.
Oh yeah.
Um, and the thing is, Fan Expo, I've had some of the best interactions at. We met Peter Capaldi, the 12th Doctor, there. Like he like took a prop out of my hand. Said, "Are you ready to save the universe?" We did a whole photo op with him. Like he was fantastic. And I even said to him, I said, "Mr. Capaldi," he used to call me Peter. I'm like, "Oh, Peter, you're my wife's favorite doctor." My wife's like halfway out of the op by now, right? He's like, "Well, she's got to come back over. She's got to get a hug." So my wife gets a hug from him. A couple hours later, we're in line to get autographs from him, right? He signs, I have a Doctor Who book that says How to Be a Time Lord. I got like four other Doctor Who actors who have autographed it. He, my wife's turn for her autograph, he writes almost half of the autograph, half of the 8x10 is filled with him writing stuff on it. Like he wrote a whole paragraph for my wife. And he was like, "Oh yeah, you were the two. It's your anniversary weekend." Like he remembered that from earlier. You gotta love when people like they do hundreds of photo ops in a day, right? But to be able, you get someone who remembers you from earlier. It's those great interactions. I think that's what makes some cons just amazing. Is you get those amazing interactions, right? But like I've seen like this fall, couple weeks, Buffalo Niagara Falls, or sorry, not Niagara Falls Comic Con, Nickel City Comic Con in Buffalo. We were supposed to have the original Red Ranger, Austin St. John, even though there's a lot of controversy. Well, for some reason now he's postponed, so now he's not happening, which I think is kind of hilarious in a way, because this is like the first time they're doing a fall version of the Nickel City Con. It's like, oh, what is it? Kurt Angle's backed out. Gold Dust backed out.
Oh jeez.
The Red Rangers backed out, and Austin St. John was one of the headliners. I'm kind of hoping Shatner doesn't back out. I'm kind of tempted to get an autograph with him because I mean, he's one of the last OGs.
Yeah, he's probably.
I mean, it's like him and Walter Koenig, and Sulu. So there's three, but you'll never get those three together because George Takei hate him and Bill Shatner. They hate each other. They will not get along because Shatner's just a pompous ass. But I'm not getting a picture with the pompous ass. I wouldn't mind having a picture with Kirk himself, with OG Kirk. I mean, not for nothing. I mean, there's that right there. We also have Duffman. Duffman's in the house.
I was just gonna say, is that Duffman?
Duff's in the roughs. We got Duffman, and Duffman's also in the middle of a move. He's moving to a new place. Duff, I hope you're doing good.
Haven't seen Duffman in a while.
Yeah, I know he's been going through some health issues and just life in general. Life doesn't stop. Life happens.
Right.
Sometimes it derails us from our usual scheduled programming, but he's still popping up here and there and everywhere. Duff saying hey to Fake Fever. Everyone, Ultra Carzilla is saying hey to Duffman. But I mean, that's the thing with cons. Also, cons nowadays, it's like because Dre had told me about his interaction going to Galaxy Con with the family. The bigger cons, it almost like it's either everything's so overpriced, or maybe there's too much going on. My wife is not really a big fan of big crowded places. Anxiety.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing was, Dre told me about his family. There's that, sensory overload. And sometimes you just need a place where you can go and kind of decompress. I've heard like county fairs and some other places doing sensory rooms where you can kind of like get away from the noise, kind of like, get back to your center and just kind of relax. because I think that's a very serious thing that's happening more and more. People are noticing that, like, like their blood pressure's getting up. It's the sensory overload. There's tons of people bumping into you. Your mind's just going 1,000 miles a minute. Considering we're what only a handful of years past, COVID. So I mean, we went from having everything being distanced to now people bumping into you left and right nonstop. So I think a lot of people are still trying to adjust to it if they can, and just it's just something that is can be a little too much. But when I was at Fan Expo, everything was repeated. A lot of the stands were kind of like repeats, like, oh, they have the same stuff as this person. Oh, but now they're more expensive. Or, you're looking around. There was one stand I wanted to look around. I wanted to see what was behind, because they show all the shelving, but you can't really see everything. And half the time they're busy talking to other people that you can't say, well, hey, can I take a look at that one thing on the bottom shelf somewhere? You know? But for me, it was like the price was insane. Like, I've been looking at it this way: can I live without it? If I can, then I don't need it, right? I almost got a Doctor Octavius from No Way Home hot toy.
Mm-hmm.
I messaged Dre to get some info on it because I know he's a big hot toy fanatic. And in the meantime, I was going on Google on my phone, checking out some photos, and I'm like, ooh, the head sculpt does not look that great. And they wanted 450, American 450 for it. Couldn't justify. I'm like, no, it's. I'm not gonna be happy. It's not something like I can live without it, and I did.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the thing. It's like if you can live without it, if you're okay without having it in your collection, then you don't need it. You can kind of pass on it. Um, a lot of the bigger cons has just been kind of like it's either there's too much going on, or there's not really anything that is jumping up at you. But if it jumps up at you, guess what? When you look at the price, you're jumping back.
Right.
You know,
Well, and
it's like,
stuff is overpriced as it is, and like when
oh,
it's even
definitely.
more overpriced, it's like no, not doing it.
Well, like my biggest gripe, and everyone and their grandmother hears me about this. I was on the clubhouse last week. We were talking about Brick and a few other people. We were talking about like Super 7, because that's kind of the hot argument. Are Ultimates worth it? Are Super 7 Ultimates worth the price? And I was that person in the middle, because I'm a Power Ranger Ultimates collector. And primarily that's for multiple reasons. Two reasons. One, Power Ranger Lightning Collection is dead. They rammed a stake through its heart and up its rear, through the head, and then they tossed it on a grill. They rotisserieed it for about 3 hours, and then they just tossed it out with the trash. Hasbro did a tremendous disservice with that brand in general. The idea, the concept was great, because they started out with Jason David Frank. They started out with Tommy. Everyone loves Tommy, and they made the face sculpts for him better and better as they went along. They screwed up everyone else's face sculpts. The only time they did a good face sculpt was for Monsters. And there was so many QC issues with it that it wasn't even funny. And there was like no rhyme or reason for their waves. They never tried to do any Build-A-Figures, which would have been great. They could have done Build-A-Figures like they do with Marvel Legends. Like each leg could have been some like the fan favorite monster from that season or something. But they never did anything like that. But with Super Sevens, you get all these accessories. You get these one-off accessories that it's that one for that one scene in that one episode, but it's memorable. It sticks in the back of your mind.
That's funny because me and Collecting Havoc were just talking about Super 7 Ultimates, and I said the one thing that keeps me away from them is the price, because when I see them at the store or I see them at a con,
See,
I think they
that's
look
what
good.
I do is I go to Mercari, I watch Amazon, I watch Big Bad Toy Store, I look for damaged box deals on Entertainment Earth, and I'll get something for $35, And I'm like, okay, that's a friggin' win right there.
See, I think what hurts it for me though is like when they come out, I'm like excited for it, you know. But it's like, man, that
Yeah,
price,
you're like,
no. But then, like by the time they go on sale or I find a deal on it, the
they're sold
excitement has
out or
gone
something.
away already. So I'm
Yeah.
just kind of like, well, I'll just wait on it, you know. And then
Yeah.
I end up just waiting on it
You're
forever.
like, well, wait a minute. If it's this low, maybe they'll go lower
Yeah,
just a
right.
little
You
bit.
know, if
Um,
they had a good price, I would
yeah,
be buying them at
yeah,
release
all the
all
time.
day long.
If they were NECA prices,
Right.
sign us up.
Which they
But they're
should
not.
be. They shouldn't be
They should
50 freaking
because
dollars.
they don't have all the posability that they really should have. I'll be honest. With Lightning Collection, the types of hinges, the types of movements and joints that you have, you can get a little bit more posing than you can with Super 7 Ultimates. However, I know some people gripe about the face sculpts. It's Super 7, okay? You're not going to get perfectly detailed. You're not going to get cinematic accuracy. They make it look like they were pulled from the comic books or a cartoon, and I'm fine with that. I like that actually, you know? So there is that. Yes, they throw in some of the vintage weapons in like the gray plastic, which I think is a great gag and a joke. But then, like, hell, Rita Repulsa, all soft goods. You give like her a few potions. She's got a martini glass. She's got her staff. She's got her, her little telescope. You get all that with it. What sunk me in was I was on Macari and they had a deal. They had the Dragon Zord and the Tyrannosaurus Rex Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Zord. Those two Zords for like $50 plus shipping. I was like, okay, sign me up. I messaged the guy first. I was like, are all the pieces there? Yes, it's 100% there. Just no box. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm good to go. He sent me them. They were fantastic. Now, I also, on the other hand, I also own the Lightning Collection, or should I say the Power Rangers Zord Ascension Project, Mighty Morphin Megazord, and Dragon Zord. Now, even though they are shinier, they look great. Honestly, the Dragon Zord I got from Super 7 Ultimates, I'd rather have that than the Ascension Dragon Zord. And that's a hot take because I'm a big Green Ranger fan, but I have both, so I can have both in my collection. But if I was someone who was going to make a choice, I would have made a choice for the Super 7. One, it's $55 instead of like 120 or 130 or whatever it was when I bought the Ascension Dragon Zord. But it was Dragon Zord and I had to get it. That was the thing. Um, but and I have been thinking about selling that actually. I still have the box, and I might still do that. But that's the thing. It's like, do I need two Dragon Swords? I mean, the the Hasbro one, the missiles coming out of his fingertips, they go straight across. Super 7 Ultimate, they have smoke trails and they're going in different directions. That just kicks. And the way that Super 7 Ultimates made the Megazord, makes all their Zords, it makes it look like the way they were in the show. It makes it look like it could be a person in a suit moving around, right? Whereas with the Ascension Zord project, they make it look like as if it was like in a video game, like if it was like they were mechanized robots. You know, on one hand, that's really cool, but again, Super 7 Ultimates, they feel like they're constructed better. At least the Zords feel like they're constructed better and heavier than Hasbro. Hasbro, it feels light as a feather. It feels like plastic. That's part of the issue right there.
Oh yeah, I
But the
agree.
figures, though, the figures. I mean, you get the civilian heads. I mean, hell, the Blue Ranger Billy. You get him without glasses, him with glasses. You get him with his morpher. You get him with a whole series of different hand swaps. You get his regular weapons. You get his staff weapons. And here's the best part: nobody's ever done this. You can take all the weapons from the Rangers, and you can form the blaster they used to make with the bow, Zach's blaster, Jason's sword. You can combine them all onto one piece, and you can have Kim with her regular bow, but then you can also have that bow that everything connects into. That's kind of like, okay, that hits really good. That hits really good because nobody's done that though.
No,
That's the
well,
thing.
it's like a
So
fun extra too, you know. I
yeah,
mean,
I mean, it's like with Super Seven Power Rangers, at least with the Power Rangers Ultimates. I'll say this: you have the kind of creative team there that we have with classified series with GI Joe. People who are fans, people who know what they want to see, and they're executing it within the guidelines of the company. You know, so am I a proponent for Super 7 Ultimates? Yes, when they're affordable. When they're brand new, $55, $60, I'm going to wait. I'll wait for a damaged deal. I'll wait for a box that's beat up and someone just, someone at a store like, well, it's beat up. I'll sell it to you for 45. Okay, that's still a win. That's better than 55 or $60. You know? I'm good with it. They're a good size. Some of them are a little funny. It's like sometimes the arms can pop out easily, but that's the way that they're made, you know? But you can still do some pretty good poses. The accessories are just nice fun nods. Like Trini, she comes with the little elf doll from that one episode. Forget what he was called. But they have those one-off weapons that are just great. It'll be interesting to see if Power Rangers Ultimates, Super 7 Ultimate Power Rangers continues, since Power Rangers now being licensed over to Playmates. But we did have Super 7 at the same time as Lightning Collection, so who knows? Maybe we'll get more. I would like to see Super 7 Ultimates go further. Maybe give us Zeo. Maybe give us Turbo. Just to see how well they do. At least take it to in space. I think would be cool. Those are just some thoughts I have with it, but yeah, there's the Super 7 Ultimate Rock Stars. There's the Super 7 Joe collection, which I guess is selling. Some of them are selling well, some not so much. You know, but
I really like those Super Seven GI Joes.
yeah.
I'll probably pick them up. Some of them, I'll probably pick them up eventually. Like I saw those, like I think we were seeing them as low as $20 a piece at the
Oh,
show on.
oh my.
Yeah,
Let me type in Super 7 Ultimates. Let's take a look.
like one of the things I'm most excited for that's coming up are those Super Seven turtles that are coming.
Okay, let's see if we can move us over here. There we go. So yeah, like here, Billy, they want $50 for him. That's $5 less. That's like, okay. Here, you Silverhawks dropping down to $40 now. So if anyone's a Silverhawk fan,
Yeah, that'd
here
be
you
a
go.
cool line.
Buzzsaw from Silverhawks, one of the baddies, for $29.99. There you go. Here you go, a Grimlock. If you're a Transformers Ultimates fan, with Grimlock for 34, what do we get? We get Grimlock, we get an apron, we get the helmet that made him super smart in that one episode, we get some alternate hands, some drinks from that one episode, of course. A fish, because he likes fish, and he comes with a what was his name? Wheelie. Wheelie was like hanging on the back of Grimlock like he was getting a piggyback ride. So yeah, we get that right there. So I mean, for $35, that's not bad. Prime shipping, so you get that by Thursday. There you go. Toxic Avenger. This is a pre-order. I think a lot of fans might go for this. I mean, he looks pretty damn solid right there.
I have
We get the
I have
bloody mop. That's
I
also an
have like
American
the
flag.
glow in the dark version of him.
How was that? Is that pretty good, or was it like
Yeah, he's a pretty good
it's
figure.
novelty, right?
Yeah, it's cool.
Here we go. We got Super 7 Ultimates doing Disney. We get Stitch.
Did you see that interactive Stitch that's like it like moves around and stuff?
No, I have not.
It's pretty cool actually.
Let's see what else we got. We got, of course, Dungeons and Dragons. 55 for that. That's pre-order. But again, like, okay, we got another Silverhawk. We got Steelheart for 39. Okay. What is it? The Good Brothers. I'm not familiar with this. Is he a wrestler?
Must
Looks it.
be. Yeah.
The Good Brothers, Doc Gallows. Here we go. Another Transformer, Wreck-Gar, right? 27 for Wreck-Gar. Get the alternate head, blaster, his basically his shields, which are his wheels when he turns into a motorcycle. This one does not transform though.
It
But
looks like
let's
a
take a look
human.
here.
Looks
Yeah,
like a human in a suit.
yeah, he was actually voiced by Eric Idle, actually, in the original cartoon and movie. You get all his different weapons and accessories, his little TV that he would watch TV shows on, a communicator. You get all that stuff. And he's priced at 27. Again, not bad. If you're a Transformer fan and you waited long enough, I mean, you can get some deals here.
Yeah.
46. Now, this is still a deal. Okay? 46 for Optimus. You get the old school Prime head right there. You get his blaster. I think that's Spike.
I
And you
think
get
those
the Matrix of
Transformers
Leadership.
are pretty beefy figures too.
Yeah, they are. And
Yeah.
what's great is, I mean, look at accessories. You get the one episode when he was surfing, right? So you got a surfboard that he'll peg on. You got him with the basketball. Because, of course, there was that one episode when the Transformers were learning about, human sports. We got the jetpack right here. And we get this weird little energon effect. And we get like an OG head like we would get on the old toys. And we get his energon axe. Still for $46, I think that's not too bad. They do have here. I have the Capital One shopping extension. Shows me where other sites might be selling it a little bit cheaper. What do we have an option for other buying options? It's not showing me anything that I'm seeing right now off the top of my head, but I'll keep looking. Always comparing sites. Here we got the ghost of Starscream when he was a ghost. So they kind of just reproduced Starscream in like translucent plastic, so he looks like a ghost. He's all sparkly. So you get this for $26. There you go. I mean, there are some pretty good options if you shop around and you wait around long enough. Hell, you got Super 7 Bruce Lee. The these are the ones that will never go down in price though. The Thundercats. They're so sought after, but I mean, that looks pretty good from the cartoon. I don't care who you are. And look at this. You get 1, 2, 3, what is it, 4 different claws? Which were basically the scabber for the Eye of Thundera. You get the fully extended sword. We get another set of hands. We get an alternate head where he's gritting his teeth. And we get, of course, the Book of Omens right there. So, I mean, all in all, that's pretty decent assortment of effects here. So we get the gold, but then we get the off-brand, look more like furry claws right there. But is it worth $70? Not for me.
No.
No, that's a hard pass. I'll look elsewhere. But I mean, we're just skimming through here just to see what kind of options you have here. And that's not bad. That's just the first page of Ultimates right there. And then it kind of goes, the algorithm kind of goes off-brand here. But that's pretty cool right there,
Oh, Archer has that Lionel.
How much you want for it? No, I'm kidding. The new one is horrible, he says. Well, yeah, that one is version 2. And there's a new set of Thundercats coming out. There's some new ones that were announced. I don't know if they're Ultimates. Okay, but here, Big Bad Toy Store. Let's go ahead and see. Okay, Big Bad Toy Store. This is the same one we were just looking at. $50. $50 right there. So this is what I'm talking about always looking around, shopping around. That's my thing. It's like, hey, I will look around. Am I sold on that? No. I'll still wait for some deals. I'm not smart. I'm not dumb. I almost said I'm not smart. So let's just take a look. Super 7 Ultimates on BigBadToyStore.com. And it's funny, Super 7, or rather, Big Bad Toy Store is one of the few stores that do not do affiliates of any kind. Like, you can get affiliate status with Amazon, you can get affiliate status with Entertainment Earth. You just have to register for it so you can get 10% off links, right?
Yeah.
Not Big Bad Toy Store. They don't do that. They might send stuff out to the big boys, the big ones, the big YouTubers, but not to the little guys. But at least like Entertainment Earth gives you 10% off.
You know, the thing
Although
that the thing that sucks still is like with like the Entertainment Earth one, because I have an affiliate thing through them.
it's
Like,
only in stock items.
well, yeah, not only that though, is like everybody does it now, so like everybody's an affiliate, so it doesn't even matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's gonna use your affiliate when they got their own, you know. So I basically use it for
Oh
myself.
yeah. I mean, you and I both know someone who used to be in our circles who was always pushing his links on everybody. But it's a thing. Like I'll tell people, like anyone can apply for it.
Yep.
I mean, you can apply for it. You copy the link, share it to yourself, and you can use it for yourself.
Oh yeah. I use mine basically for myself. I got the
And
link in
that's
all
the
my
smartest damn
videos and
thing you could
stuff,
do
but
because you will save some money, not much. Like it offsets the tax and maybe a little bit extra, right?
right.
And then, obviously I think you earn a little bit of points on that too on the back end. So stuff. I mean, these look great, but there's no way I'm dropping 300 for this. If I had that kind of disposable income, sure.
Well,
Soft goods, and these really look like flight suits.
that's the thing too, is you gotta, if you buy one, you gotta buy the rest of them.
I mean, I don't like the ribbon,
Yeah.
but take a look at that. The pack lights up.
Right.
The friggin' pack lights up, guys. By the way, I kind of know someone who is the life size. This is a 1A scale. But I have a buddy who has life size terror dogs.
Nice.
It's bananas.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Archer says the Mondo looks good, and that's the ones that we're talking about, the brand new ones. Mondo is doing Thundercats. Mondo is killing it with everything.
Yep.
Let's take a look here. Anything special? I mean, 110 for 4. That doesn't sound too bad for the GI Joes. Basically 50 off,
Right. Yeah.
and you get Snake Eyes, Duke, a bat, and of course Cobra Commander himself, who coincidentally did technically cross over on Transformers. Let's see here, what else we got? Here's a Ninja Turtles Ultimate Undercover. That's a pass for me. Ultimate's Party Wagon,
What's the party wagon down to now? 370 something?
$379.
Wow. That thing gets lower, I might just have to get one. I really don't. I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
I like the
just
NECA one a lot more, but
just looking at it, it's
if it got cheap enough, I would just get it for the collection, though.
the duct tape on here and so I'm like, it needs to have something extra for me to spend that kind of money. That's like a HasLab money right there, bro.
That's like what I said when the NECA one came out. I was like, why didn't they like do like an exclusive figure with it or something? Like, I don't know.
boy.
Yeah, like I just saw these at the con. The
Yeah.
Super Set. Oh man, dude, I fell in love with them. I think I'm gonna have to get them. That Oogie Boogie is big. He's a big figure.
Now, if they designed it so he glows in the dark, that's a selling point right
They'll
there.
probably just do another one where he
Yeah.
glows in the dark. If
But
they
you,
not, if they might
but you
already
know what
have
I'm
that.
saying, now, right?
Yeah, but he comes with two different. He comes with extra head sculpts. One that looks like he's got like the bugs coming out, and then
Zero. Love
yeah, I just
Zero.
saw these for the first time in person. I was like, oh
Okay, the
man, I think I have
box
to get
art
them.
that looks good. That's the box art that looks really good.
Yeah,
Now they could easily make it so like her arms actually like fall apart or peg out.
right.
That would make a lot of sense.
They looked really good in person though. I'm probably gonna have to get these.
That looks great.
Yeah, see like
Oh,
yeah,
that's the sweet spot, man. That is the
yep.
sweet spot.
Yeah,
That looks friggin' great.
he was a big figure too.
He's a chunky boy.
Yep.
That's great right there. Let's see his. Okay, that looks really good. I mean, that almost looks so good. You might want to just keep it in the
And
box.
they got to do the mayor. If they do the
With the
three,
dice.
yeah,
Let's get the dice right there.
yep,
Oh, you mean the lock,
yep.
shock,
They got to
barrel?
do them.
Yep. You know who one of them was, right?
What?
Lock, shock, and barrel were. I think one was Catherine. Is it Catherine? What's her name? Catherine Hera, the mother from Home Alone.
Oh yeah, okay.
Her, Pee Wee Herman, Paul Rubens, and I'm trying to think who the last one was. I think the last one actually might have been Danny Elfman himself. But when they do shows, they bring other people in to do the voices. So yeah, I mean that was like a who's who of Tim Burton, and the whole Tim Burton connection with Pee Wee Herman, of course, is Pee Wee's Big Adventure, and also he brought Paul Rubens in to play the father of Oswald Cobblepot in the Batman Returns. That looks really good, though. I did not know they had a Nightmare. Oh, what's this?
So
Ooh,
was there any
these look
truth
pretty good.
to that Goonies?
No,
Okay.
it's false because Corey Feldman and the girl who played like kind of like a semi crush love interest for him in that movie, they both came forward and they said, "No, this is not happening. This is not true."
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Because it's like every 5 or 6 months, someone starts throwing some new photoshopped movie posters out there saying that it was supposed to happen. He was geek strong Dino. He was one of the three kids of the lock, stock, shock, and barrel, the little minions who worked for Oogie Boogie. He was one of them. You can actually see some concerts from a couple years ago where they're celebrating Nightmare Before Christmas, and he's out there on stage. Panthro, 39. That's not bad. Panthro was just one of the coolest damn Thundercats around. I mean, he had spikes on his outfit. He had the nunchucks. He might be the only other person who rocks the nunchucks, who might be able to take out Michelangelo. I mean, he could seriously match him, I think. Plus, his nunchucks had weapons. They had like little blasters in them. I mean, come on. Panthro could build anything. He was badass. We're not gonna look at the Bruce Lee that's like $97, but it is looks like a set of two figures though.
See, that's
Okay.
the one thing I don't. The one thing I don't care with about Super Seven is their human characters. Like they have like they're big. Like they look cartoony to me, and I don't.
Now, do you remember like a handful of years ago there was like a Lipton iced tea commercial,
Yeah.
and they did a Bruce Lee one. This this right here, this is he looks like the Bruce Lee from that. Like he's a claymation. Like
Right.
I I got a co-sign on your statement right there that does look terrible.
Like, because I want some of the music icon Super
Yeah,
Sevens, like the Biggie, and they have Old Dirty
yeah.
Bastard, like, but they just look cartoony to me. Like they're like,
Okay.
ah,
Archer says Panthro is great too. So you have Panthro then. Ooh, man.
the man
Uh,
collects. What's up?
Geek Strong says I'm doing a Halloween Nightmare Before Christmas outdoor display this year. Dino, please do me a favor and do a video on that. I love Nightmare Before Christmas, so if you're doing an outdoor display, I gotta see this.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Make shorts of it or do a whole video or all the above. Sign me up. I gotta see that. Okay, we got Dino saying hey to Greg. Newberry Comics has Super 7 figures ranging from 30 to 50 bucks. Ooh. Well, if only I was somewhere near there. Hey man, collects the man, the myth, the legend himself. Of course, he's always popping in Archer's chat every Thursday. Don't forget, every Thursday night at 8:15ish p.m. Eastern. Tune in to Nerd Affiliated. Check out Hey Archer Live. Go ahead and check that out every Thursday at 8:15ish. He's always got something going on, and he keeps getting the popping guests right there. So don't miss out on that. Everyone's saying hello. Geek Strong says, hey, Chris. Ultra Carzil saying, hey, Geek Strong. We have Nerd Affiliated popping up in the chat saying, yo. Everyone's saying hello to Nerd Affiliated. I'm definitely doing a video on it. Please do. I can't wait.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Like, literally, one year, my wife got me little Nightmare Before Christmas minifigs, Lego minifigs. Like, I am a big, like, I'm such a Nightmare Before Christmas person. I will watch it year round. Okay? It's good for Halloween. It's good
Oh
for
yeah.
Christmas. It's good for anything.
Yep.
I mean, I love Danny Elfman has made so many great soundtracks out there. I mean,
Yep.
he's the one behind, Batman, Michael Keaton's Batman theme. That's Danny Elfman. I mean, he's been making music since early 80s, like maybe late 70s, early 80s. I mean, he was the lead and the heart of Oingo Boingo. If anyone's ever heard the song, It's a Dead Man's Party, that's him. You know? I mean, he's just done so much great music and he writes great songs too. Um, his whole family's just talented. His daughter-in-law, Jenna Elfman, that's his daughter-in-law from Dharma and Greg and Fear the Walking Dead. So that whole
Really.
family's talented right there. Here we go,
Wow.
another Silverhawk. I'm not crazy about the face, but we do get the mask. So he probably looks better with the mask. I love that he comes with was it Tallyhawk?
I do want this line.
It
Then
looks
maybe some.
good because that cartoon came out like after Thundercats. It was made by the same company. You could tell with the voices and everything. But we used to love this. Like if I had them, I'd have to have the ship. And not for nothing, I'm sure someone has a 3D printing files for the ship. So
Oh, I'm sure.
I would make it one way or the other.
No one Super 7. Maybe not. I don't know how well this line does.
Well, I mean, if you get someone who had the original toy, get the 3D files for it, just upscale it, I'm good. I know a lot of people are jumping on The Simpsons, but I just can't. I can't sign off on it because I just don't know like how far will they actually take it. That's the
They're
thing.
just, dude, they're just too expensive to be buying that many. I don't know. Like, it'd be one thing if that was like the only line I was collecting, but like to go in on that line, like, dude, that's
And
gonna.
$2.19 for this, you get 1, 2, 3, 4 because you get Snarf. I forget her name, but she was like one of the wilderness women of Third Earth, and you get these two baddies right here. I'm like, that's not for 220. I can like almost pay off an entire hot toy right there. So I would pass on this.
I'm
If it was
making my
lower,
last.
I might consider.
I have my last payment on my Beetlejuice sideshow figure.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Uh, is, uh, is that a hot toy or is it sideshow made?
That sideshow.
Okay.
I bought the sideshow one because it's the classic Beetlejuice. I have this figure. His waist is all jacked up.
Okay, see what we got here. G.I. Joe Ultimates, Cobra Mortal. Eh, it's an okay figure. It's not anything that's going to make me jump up and down. So I have Tommy, I have Trini, I have the Tyrannosaurus Zord, I have Goldar. Although I'm pissed, his wing broke off not once but twice. So he can be a bit top heavy. So unless you have a stand for him, you got to be careful. I mean, he looks great. Don't get me wrong. The wings are magnificent on him. However, the peg broke off in the hole, so I can't get that out. Maybe if I take a drill, I can maybe get into the peg and then pull it out. But uh, and I don't have the putty though. But the Tommy's a really good one. It's great because they each come with like here. Tommy comes with the Sword of Darkness. I forgot what this sword was a part of, but that comes with them. You got that the one weapon from the Gung Ho episode with him and Jason. You get the Dragon Dagger. You get the OG Dragon Dagger from
Yeah, he
when
comes with a
Bandai
lot of
first did the
stuff.
toys. You get the blaster because he never had a blaster actually. Okay, you get the gold shiny shield, or you get the more, uh, you know, more updated, accurate looking shield, which I think looks better. You get his morpher. You get evil Tommy with the headband and the dark, crazy eyes, and then you get like Tommy with the ponytail, just chilling, like, "Hey, yo, what's up, kid?" Uh, but see, I had to get him, and I had to get Goldar, and I'll show you why I had to get Goldar. Okay, here's Trini. Like, here's the thing with most of the Rangers, you get remember they would take the coin and they would form it into a crystal so they can like use it as a key into the Zord. You get that. You get the flowers she loved. You get her weapons. You get the blade blaster in full blade form, condensed form, which goes in your holster, and then the gun form. So you get all those right there. You get the hands. You get that little gnome doll I told you about. You get the OG looking weapon, right? The OG blaster, but you get Trini and you get what was her name? Not Tanya, but I'm blanking on her character's name, but you get the actress that took over after they did the power transfer because the actors went on strike and basically they were like, "Oh, we'll walk." They're like, "Okay, walk, bye." So you get those two heads right there. So I mean, that's a lot right there. Let's go back. Oh, I meant to do that. Right? Yeah. Okay, so for the putty, you can have Rita's putty, or you can actually put the Z vest on it. That's not bad. You get the boulder hand, you get the boulder with the blade, you get the different hands. You can put the cowboy hat on him. You get the dark eyes or the glowing eyes. So I mean, that's actually pretty good deal right there. This is why I had to get him. He came with the box where the power coins get put into.
Nice.
When they got to bring back Tommy, the Dragon Dagger turns into this. I mean, that alone, that's just a very cool item to have. Again, you get the wings, or you get his when his wings were kind of vanished, and he just has those condensed little barbs that stick out. You get that. You get a sword. The sword alone looks fantastic. The paint apps on it are great. I forget what these 5 discs were for, but then you get 2 heads, one with him with mouth closed, or one with it open. So for a fan of Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Goldar is great. It's just I had that one wing issue, but we've had issues with NECA with things breaking. You know, Tyrannosaurus, we get the different hands, and then we get 2 little tokens of the Red Ranger calling for him, and you get the power coin. That's the thing with the Zords; they throw the power coins in.
That's pretty cool.
But that's the thing. It's like, okay, here we have another wave. We get Pumra, which was like Mumra hidden as a Thundercat. Linkso, Monkeyin, and I forget the snow guy in the back there. We get the two of the figures we saw before, and then two other ones
Sheesh.
with Transformers. Monstar from Silverhawks, but I can't justify $67 for him.
That's a
So the
cool figure, though.
Putty by himself is 34. That's the one we were looking at.
Yeah.
That's not bad. See what else we got here. But see, that's the thing. I will look around. I'll try and find a deal. This is a lot better than paying $55. Even Metalhead. Get him for about $40.
Yeah.
And he comes with everything here. And I love how everything is like in one frame. Like how the toys used to come.
Yeah, they
You
give
get
you
his
like
hand with the little whip, his helicopter maneuver, the backpack. He's got everything here. Personally, I think that's great. I think this looks better than NECA. And I haven't had the NECA one in hand, but just in my opinion, I think he looks great. There you go. That right there is just awesome. Okay, what we got here? Nerd affiliated Archer saying, I started collecting the Super 7 Thundercats, but stopped when I knew I'd have to pay markup for the kids. Yeah.
I
Everyone's
do
saying
like that
hello.
metalhead more than I like that metalhead more than the NECA one too.
Right. Archer, hello, my friend. Dino, man, this stream is full of superstars. Ultra, what's up? Archer says hello to Legacy. The cool thing about Night Before Christmas display is I can use it for Halloween and Christmas. Display a few tweaks, like adding a bagged Santa and slate. There you go. Exactly.
Heck yeah. Damn straight.
You don't have to have people saying, "Hey, you need to take that down for Christmas." No, I'm already set for Christmas. And you can throw like some turkey skeletons out there between Halloween and Christmas, so you're set for Thanksgiving. There you go. You're welcome. What is this? Brian must not pay a lot for Thundercats and Silverhawk license. Not sure how Super 7 makes money on those.
I don't know.
Dino says, I agree. I can't do any of the Simpsons. I just don't have the space for another line unless they make popcorn buckets, of course.
So you got a popcorn bucket collection going too.
Yeah, not me. I mean, I have buckets I need to get rid of. Well, no, I have, let me see, what do I have right now? I have two of the popcorn traps that were buckets. Right?
Yeah.
I have an Ecto from Afterlife, an Ecto 1 from Afterlife that's a popcorn bucket. It's still in its box. I also have a clear, it's like a translucent Slimer holding a bucket that where you can fill up with popcorn.
Yep.
And that's from Cinemark, which we don't even have up here. I had a friend get it for me.
Yeah, I know my buddy from Colorado has been getting me all the cool buckets.
It's like you run out of space on those, man.
Oh, I know. I don't know what I'm going to do with them all yet, but I have them.
There you go. You get a set of Mousers.
Oh, I got a few sets of those already.
These look
what
pretty
are they
good,
down
though.
To now? Because I like these ones more than
43
the
for a 3 set.
Oh, I got mine cheaper than that.
Okay.
They go on sale on Amazon all the time.
There you go. Jason comes with the gold shield, which is cool. So you can have him. See, it comes with Rocky and with Jason. You get the Dragon Dagger because, of course, you got to have Jason being able to have the gold shield and the dagger. We get the alternate arms with the gold braces on it. Again, you get the Blade Blaster. You get the holster, which, honestly, the holster does not stay on him that good. I have this one. That's the one default is the holster for the Dragon Dagger doesn't stay on that well unless you dab it with a little bit of glue. But this is still pretty much full price, $54.99. That's that's no bueno. Bartman.
I tried ordering that Super 7 Bartman. That was the only one I wanted from that line. And Amazon just canceled it.
What do you think of this Conan?
I don't know. I kind of like those, but I don't know.
See, what you need is if you're gonna have this Conan, one, he better be able to sit down, and two,
Yeah,
you need the throne.
right. No, they'll probably pull a
Tommy
NECA and
is
charge you $100
Tommy
for
is
a
on
throne.
sale at Walmart. He says, "Oh, Aisha, there to go. There you go. You got Legacy popping in saying Aisha. I should know that. If Metalhead drops lower, I might get it. So, in other words, you want me to keep an eye on him? Okay. I have OG Metalhead. I just sent you a
Oh,
picture
King.
of someone using the alien popcorn bucket for NECA figures.
Yeah, my buddy got me the alien popcorn buckets. I can't wait to get those from him.
Oh, geez. That hold on. Let me make
He
myself
said he
grow.
said King Conan sucks.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I
That's
saw that.
legit.
I saw
That's
that.
legit. I can co-sign that. I mean, you know, it'd be even better. What if you threw like Wolverine in there?
Right.
There you go. I mean, you can use that for just about anything.
Yeah, I watched that guy's video when he was making that.
Alien popcorn buckets are awesome. I wish I could have gotten it, geek. AMC in the South Shore. King Conan sucks. I have it. EC is right. The throne is the same price as the figure, unless you have somebody 3D print it. I'm just saying. You know, you can paint it yourself, right?
I really wanted that
I'm just
Shredder
saying.
throne that NECA did, but
Oh yeah,
I passed on it. I was like, dude, I'm not
too
spending
much.
that on a throne.
But they know people will spend it though.
Yeah, and that's why the prices are the way they are because people just buy it no matter what.
So this is why I had to get her. You get two Rita heads. You get a green
Yeah,
crystal.
that figure looks really good. And look at all the stuff it comes with.
It is.
Yeah, that's cool.
I had to get her. I mean, if you think she looks good there in person, she's fantastic. I mean, you have a real chain on the scepter right there. That's phenomenal.
Yeah,
You get the orb, her telescope, the hands. You get two heads. One where she's laughing, one where she's like gritting her teeth, almost like she's crying.
right.
You get the love potion she uses on Zed, the green crystal, the drink, Kimberly, because there was that one episode where she kind of like possessed Kimberly, right?
Yeah,
The hands, but of course the piece de resistance, the green candle, when they're stripping Tommy of his powers.
yeah.
I mean, come on, that was a no brainer. I got that for I think 35. It was a damaged box on Entertainment Earth, so I got
Yeah,
that for 35 bucks. So
they
that was a
did
win for me.
they did good on her figure for sure.
Oh yeah, and this is completely soft goods.
I know that's amazing.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, okay, like this is hard plastic, right? The feathers that go down, and it's supposed to be like her hair or whatever.
Uh huh.
But everything, like, look, you get a little dangling chain, a chain right here. I mean, the amount of detail on the scepter is insane. She looks insane, and who knew? High heels. There you go.
Oh,
But look at the detail on her soft goods. I mean, it's just insane.
yeah, they did good on that one.
Look at the rings on her hands. Everything's just insane.
That's why it irritates me when they like totally drop the ball on a figure because you're like, they're capable of it.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's just
Now, I do have to warn everyone, we will be cutting the stream at 10 o'clock because I'm actually using EV Mux this week. And one of the limitations is, I guess they limit you to 2-hour streams. So at 10 o'clock, it will shut us off. So at 10 o'clock, we're going to be wrapping up the stream around 10 o'clock. But I wanted to do a little bit of shopping here, a little bit of window shopping with Colin. What are you on the hunt for right now?
I'm kind of just I got everything I really want right now. Now I'm kind of
What about that life-size Scarlett Johansson?
yeah, no, I'm
No.
no.
Now, I know everyone. If you guys don't know this, Colin is a big NECA fan and a big Turtle fan. How do you feel that? Was it the people who are trying to do the Ronin movie? They want the original April O'Neil in it. Paige Turco.
Um,
Isn't that her name? Is that the one who was the original actress?
I guess it depends on how she's gonna be in it. Like, do they just want her because they like her?
Because she's aged.
I
you
mean,
know?
so is she gonna be the same April, or I don't. I guess it depends. Not enough information yet.
See, like these Transformers, they look cheap and they look kiddie like. And are you really going to drop $35 on a little kid's toy?
Right. Oh, Geek Strong, I am looking for those. Those Ben Cooper figures.
Judith
yeah.
Hogue. That's who I'm thinking of. Thank you.
I'm also looking for the Ben Cooper figures. I haven't seen them yet. They haven't popped up by me yet.
And Ultra Carzilla is mentioning that at 10 p.m. Yukon Phil will have a live if you guys want to join in. Unfortunately for me, I won't stay too long as I have to get ready to work early tomorrow morning. No worries, Ultra Carter. I hope you have a great day tomorrow at work. Thanks for joining us. Judith Hogue, that's who I was thinking of. Paige Turco was the one who took over the role in part 2 and 3. I'm currently looking for the Target NECA Ben Cooper figures and McFarlane Batman Forever, Robin, and Two-Face. Okay. I haven't seen either, Geek Strong, Archer says. Allergies. I mean, I wish I could get excited about Transformers right now, but I just can't. Between the price and the look of them,
Yeah, like I want that, the party wagon, the TMNT party wagon Transformer. But dude, $50, man. Like, no, I'm not.
No.
I'm not spending that. Like, that's ridiculous.
now if they would have done a 4-pack to do each turtle,
Right.
and maybe set the price around 130, 140, I think you could easily sell that. Maybe even 150. But some of these figures, I mean,
I just $50 on a small Transformer. Like, dude,
yeah, no.
you're nuts.
You're these nuts. What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, let's we got the ramen. We got the ramen, the economical van.
That thing's
AKA, you know
cool.
what this is.
Yeah, that thing's cool.
I would love to get this. But do I want to wait all the way till next year, or do I just want to wait to see if they have them in stock? I mean, you could easily maybe disassemble some of the parts and do the paint job like you know it should be. But that's going to take a lot of work. You got to remove these louvers, this little vent protection right here. So you can paint like this top portion gray. Get the red stripe from the spoiler down.
I'm surprised they're not just gonna do one like that. Like, to do an option.
I think because there's probably a visual trademark on it, the imagery of the van by now. You know? I think maybe that's part of the issue. But I mean, it looks pretty damn good.
Oh, dude, it looks awesome. I just don't know where I'm going to keep putting all these vehicles, so I'm probably going to pass on it. And you know what? I was just thinking about this. I have so many like paid pre-orders.
See, comes off. So you can
that
easily paint
I'm
this stuff.
starting to forget the stuff that I have pre-ordered.
I canceled pre-orders because of my financial situation.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I'm talking about the ones that are already paid
oh,
for, like paid for up front.
Archer
Like,
says they do have one. It's on. It must be on their site then, because we don't have it
okay,
listed on BigBadToyStore.com. You got a white one. That white one. That just looks like you can make like a mini thing that says like,
free candy on the
free.
side.
No, I was thinking free toys.
Yeah,
I,
that'd be
how do you
good
catch a
too.
toy collector? Free toys.
Yeah, right.
You know.
I'm definitely gonna probably get the ramen turtle layer though, sewer layer.
So you said you're pretty much good right now. You're not looking for anything.
Besides those Ben Cooper, NECA Ben Cooper figures,
There you go.
I'm now. I mean, there's stuff that I need that I passed, like that I need to get, but it's not like not like I'm out looking for it. If I come across it, I'll pick it up. But
I mean, for 280, they did what Hasbro couldn't. I'm just saying.
yeah, dude, they're doing what everybody supposedly can't do. I mean, look at what they did with the sewer layer. I was all in
Basically,
on NECA's sewer layer until they decided they were going to be $300 freaking.
I mean, they did this for GI Joe.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows that they can do this stuff. Well, I mean, I guess they're not paying licensing fees though.
So yeah, they did have this. $125 US. Is this sold out or is this available still? Ooh, it looks like it's available. Oh, bloody hell! If there
Yeah,
was some,
I think these just went up not too long ago.
and if there was 18 figures,
Oh, I know, dude.
bro. I mean,
That'd be
technically,
cool.
I think this should be black. The crash
Dude,
car,
NECA needs to do A-team figures.
NECA or Super Seven or anyone.
Yeah.
Mondo's gonna do it. No, I'm kidding.
Well,
Well,
anybody except McFarlane.
and they're gonna be redoing. They're bringing back Mask, but it's gonna be in the 3 3/4 scale.
Yeah, I saw that.
But here's my question. I'm gonna pose to you. Let's go to Hasbro Pulse. Um, Now, Archer, if you're still listening, if you're planning to go to New York City Comic Con, you have to be my eyes and ears. I'm asking you, please, because I will not be at New York City Comic Con this year. It conflicts with some medical appointments and just life in general. But I'm waiting for Two in the Box, but that's not what we're going to talk about. Now, apparently, there's going to be a mystery announcement at New York City Comic Con. So he says, yeah, I'll be at New York City Comic Con. Hasbro's going to be there. So you'll have to let me know what this Ghostbuster news is going to be when you're there. Now, I have this on pre-order. Okay. I mean, $45 for the four of them. O-rings at 3 3/4 scale. That was a
Oh, yeah.
no-brainer.
Yeah, I
Because, I
pre-ordered
mean,
those too.
they look good. They really do look good for 3 3/4. You can't tell me they don't.
Right.
You know? I mean, Venkman's face, you can kind of see that's Venkman. I mean, you can kind of see that this is Winston. Obviously, that's Egon. I think they did a really good job. But do I get the Ecto? Supposedly you can get them inside the Ecto. Supposedly, I've yet to see that. However, they say that this is scaled with the 1984 figures. However, my problem is this: is how are you going to fit all four in there? They have not shown us because you have this reverse seat, so you can get. So let's say you can get two in the back and one here. Where's the other guy sitting? Is there going to be room inside there to fit the fourth Ghostbuster? Because with this, let me see here. Okay, another picture. Supposedly, this is where the gurney goes, right? So where does the fourth Ghostbuster sit? Tell me. Huh? If we have this gurney that slides in there that's going to hold the 4 packs, then where does the Ghostbuster fit?
You have to hang them out the side of the.
Something. Because technically speaking, there's supposed to be
He's riding
uh,
the roof.
a seat like around here, but there isn't in there that we saw. Unless you're going to fit 3 in the front seats and then 1 in the back, I don't see that happening. And that's the thing. A lot of us have been hoping for a HasLab Proton or a HasLab Ecto that would fit Plasma Series figures. But here's the thing: they teased a HasLab back in June. Okay. They teased it back in June because I have the pin, which looks like a tire with the wing of the Ecto 1. Okay, so he had that teased to us. Trying to see if I can find my pin. Here we are. This was teased to us in June.
Yeah, you imagine what that'll cost?
So I'm figuring like 350, because if they do one, they better have lights on it. I mean, if Playmobil can do lights and the Ecto Siren on like a $60, $70 toy that is geared towards kids, Hasbro better get off their asses and do that. Are they going to be outdone by Playmobil by like 6 or 7 years? I'm throwing that out there. But, I mean, just to show you guys again, this was what they were teasing. They had t-shirts and they had this. They were wearing these pins and giving these pins out. Tell me that does not shout Ecto.
Yeah.
I mean, we got the fin, we got a tire, and we have the ghost. Okay? So why would they spend the money on the merch,
Right.
promote it and tease it, and not do it? I mean, some people are hoping for more gear. A lot of us were hoping for Lightning Collection, but they haven't done anything. They didn't release any Lightning Collection for Frozen Empire. I mean, some of us, we were making our own damn figures.
And I hope they do another proton pack.
But see, that's the thing. A lot of people would like to see another 84, like an 84 run, to do a 1984 Proton pack. But you could do an 84 pack and maybe do stretch goals where you can. There's a option where you can get the yellow bumper as a stretch goal, right? An extra piece, and maybe at the same level, maybe you reach another level and you can get the curved ion arm. You know, I mean, there's a couple things that you can include, like do a stretch goal. Like, hey, if we reach this much, this is an extra pack or extra parts that you can put on it to make it look like. Because with the Afterlife Proton pack, they gave us decals so we could make it kind of look newer. But then you'd have to paint the whole thing to really make it look brand new, and you'd have to remove a few parts here and there to make it look more 84 accurate. But people have done that.
I think they definitely should do that.
Some crazy fans out there want them to do a slime blower. It's not feasible.
No, that's not. You can't do that.
If you've ever seen a slime blower in person, which I have, one, it's too friggin' big.
You wouldn't even want them to do that. It would be so. Even if it was possible, it would be so expensive.
Well, not just expensive. One, it would be huge. Two, most people who have a slime blower, it usually takes 1 or 2 people to help them put it on and connect the hoses and everything together. Okay?
Right.
So, could you do a scaled down version of it? Sure. But why?
Yeah, who would want that?
Yeah. So, Archer's like, they won't fit in the car. No, they won't. Depending on the cost of that, I might get the Ecto 1. But like EC said, I'm running out of room. See, that's the thing. Like, Archer's got that beautiful, sexy Batmobile. He's got Archer. Correct me if I'm wrong. You have the animated series Batmobile. I mean, if you gotta have a Batmobile, I think that or the 1989 Batmobile. Those are the two
Yep.
you have to have. You know.
I still got to get the animated one.
Now, I am a GI Joe fan. The Rattler, one, I don't have space for the Rattler. Think of the wingspan. Thing is
Right.
freaking huge. Second, I have both the GI Joe Vamp and I have the Cobra Stinger. I have both Jeeps on my shelf. Okay, they're huge. Although I am thinking of 3D printing some extra parts on them to make them a little bit better. HasLabs are just, I mean, this one, like this vintage, the Mos Eisley, did that even succeed? Or did that fail? No, it funded.
It funded.
I'm not a 3 3/4 person, so this was a no, and I stopped buying Black Series. So it was even bigger no for me. You
Dude, the
know.
vintage collection stuff is just so overpriced
Well,
now. Like,
you don't think? I mean, for what they're asking, $400 for this.
dude, that's insane. I'm
Okay,
sorry. Like,
for
that's
$400, they better put like they could put like little LED rope inside of here, so like this lights up or the
yeah,
bar does. You know, you could have included like a little cheap MP3 player where you put like a little micro SD card to play like the music from the cantina. I mean, there's little things you could have thrown in there, and that would make fans just like lose their mind and like, oh my god, it lights up. Oh, we can have the music. You know, I mean, there's little things they could have done for that, but they didn't. So it is what it is, and that's what it is, sadly.
that's
Like,
just so overpriced. I
I mean,
can't. I wouldn't. I couldn't even back it just for that reason.
it's like, okay, I'm a GI Joe classifieds person, but I'm probably skipping this.
Yeah.
I have the Steel Core Troopers, which are two jetpack troopers. A lot of times, the backpack or keeping them on a flight stand is just too much of a hassle.
Right.
So I would be skipping this. And plus, he looks like some kind of weird retro air raid marshal with the helmet and the visor. I'm like, I'm not this doesn't do anything for me personally. It just doesn't. Um, I'm almost tempted to get these two for a 2 pack and a Marvel Legend 2 pack. $49 is not bad. So if you're a fan of Spider-Man the animated series, you can get these two. However, I'm not crazy about him. I get that he looks pretty cartoon accurate, but here's the problem with Spidey. He does not look like animated series Spidey.
No, not at all.
I mean, he looks terrible. It looks like they might have taken the Ultimate Spider-Man from the more recent cartoons on Disney and used that face. It's cool that they gave us like a soft goods, um, mask, so he can actually hold a mask for once. Usually, that's something we see only in Hot Toys.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just a disappointment right there. That's a
Yeah. No.
markdown. It's just like with Power Rangers. I would keep the mask, the helmet on, and not use the civilian head. Now with Vulture, you do get Adrian Toomes. This is his young face, but you also get his old face too. Let's see if it's. I mean, you get a lot of poses with him, so he is pretty posable. There you go. We get the old face Adrian Toomes. But this looks a bit wider than his skin, but it could be the way that they've photographed this. So I mean, you do get that. It would have been cool if they threw the Tomb of Time or whatever it was. There was like a slab. They made Adrian Toomes look younger. I mean, they could have done something like that. But honestly, Hasbro's been a lot of disappointment. They come up with some great classified stuff for GI Joe, and they've been leasing everything else out. Let's take a look at this. Okay, $100 for this Grimlock. Auto flipping, auto converting. No, this is $999. So this is their Robeson, like
Yep.
the automatic transforming Optimus. Nobody's dropping $1,000. Well, they're I'm sure
Man,
there are some people who will.
whoever can buy these and has these in their collection, though, I
Props to you for having
yeah,
that
props
disposable
to you,
income
man,
that you can do that.
because those things are pretty cool, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, the concept is cool. They look great, but we
Oh
can't
man,
we
a
can't pose them by
Grimlock.
hand.
I would love to have a Grimlock, dude. That
Oh,
would.
that yeah. I mean, the thought of it is great, but see, like, here's the thing: some of this stuff, like this King the Conqueror, I'm like, it's it's a miss for me. Some of the stuff that they showed, you know, like here, this photo, he looks like he's taking it, like he's clenching the butt cheeks on a toilet, man. I'm like, I'm sorry, he is. Let's take a look. I mean, come on, 6 minutes, Dave. Who, me? 6 minutes? I'm going to make a nem for myself. Uh, the old man head sculpt doesn't match the body. Yeah, the color tones, it doesn't. He's supposed to be an old man. That's the thing. There's a lot of inconsistencies, but what are we going to do about it? Speaking of doing things, like I said, we have to wrap things up. Colin, what do you have going on in the world of EC collecting this week?
Just I dropped the toy hunt video tonight.
At
It's out
5
right now.
p.m. Central,
Yep.
right?
Yep. And then I'll have another toy hunt video out on Friday, and that's it for right now.
Because he's
Just
going to
doing
make a name for himself.
just been doing the toy hunts lately.
And y'all better tell everybody what happened here. Come October, I have to buy the digital copy of that as soon as it comes out, required by state law, courtesy of Mrs. Dimension. She needs Wolverine and Deadpool as soon as it's on digital. So, have you seen that yet?
I have not. No.
Okay. Well, you and I have to have a discussion sometime soon. Have you seen Romulus?
No. If I go to the theater, I'll go see Ramos,
Okay.
which I might do tomorrow actually.
Okay. So we'll have to set up a stream. Maybe we'll do something other than EV Mux. Maybe we'll rig something up on OBS and we'll do a one-on-one stream. We'll set things up ahead of time because I've been dying to discuss Romulus with someone. Because Aaron and Colbin Games, things have just been busy in his world, and it's just things are crazy. Thankfully, with my new work schedule, I will still be able to do Tuesday night streams. So Tuesday Night Talks will not be going anywhere. Although I do want to get more people involved. Thank you, Dino. Romulus and Beetlejuice were great. I enjoyed the hell out of them. I know a lot of people criticize Beetlejuice. Romulus just hit on so many levels. And this, I don't think is a spoiler, but it might give you anticipation to see it, Colin. It connects all the movies. It connects the movies in such a way that you're like, okay, this is cool, this is great.
Well, that's good.
I mean, it takes place between, Alien and Aliens.
A few people told me they didn't like the ending, but
I mean, let's face it, Aliens is its own version of Star Wars. We have the evil corporate empire. Let's be honest, right? So there is that. I had to pause because I thought a spoiler might be said. No spoilers. It definitely bridges the gaps between the films, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And Colin, if you love the Alien universe, you will get a few surprises.
nice.
Okay, that's the best way of putting it. See you guys on Thursday. Archer says, "Yep, don't forget this Thursday, 8:15 p.m., 8:15ish p.m. Eastern on the Nerd Affiliate channel. Go ahead and hang out with Hey Archer. I really want to see Romulus, Beetlejuice as well. Listen, Romulus is great. If you ask me which one is better, I'm going to say go see Romulus first. Beetlejuice, it's fun. It's entertaining. Even has maybe a twist or two, but some people said they saw certain things coming. There are elements that repeat. And Michael Keaton openly said one of his deals for making this movie was he wanted Beetlejuice to have the same amount of screen time as he did before. So, guys, we need to go ahead and conclude this stream. I want to thank Colin of EC Collecting for popping out. Go ahead and check out his latest video and stay tuned to Dave's Dimension. I have a few videos coming through the pipeline, so please stay tuned for that. But, guys, until next time, this is Dave from Dave's Dimension saying keep on busting. And you know what I'm going to say. I say it every single time. I will always catch you on the flip side. Take care, guys.
Later, everybody.